I came across Diamond Lakes at one of the community coffee meetings, and I just thought, what an amazing organization.
Thank you. I appreciate you. This school needs you. We need everybody to wrap their arms around our kids every year. So thank you for taking the time out, and we hope you come back next year.
When Diamond Lakes and the volunteers come in, they make the program. They run the show. I don't do anything. It is because of them and what they do is why these career fairs, these reality fairs are so successful.
My mom is a single mom, and so the whole time I was just thinking, how is she affording this with 2 kids and an extra person? Like, how is she, like, because I've had about the same, like, wage as her while I was doing it. So the whole time I was just thinking of my mom and how responsible she is with her money, and how I'd never noticed, like, how she might be struggling just because of how responsible she is. And so that's what I was trying to think the whole time I was going through it.
They say when you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your decisions. And a lot of us, a lot of just people in general, what we see our parents do, we do. So if they have bad financial habits, typically the cycle says that we're gonna make bad financial decisions, bad financial choices, not be good with money. And it's just, it's a generational thing, and it just continues. I believe programs like these can break that cycle. Especially in our impoverished communities. I think programs like these create understanding, and I think that's possibly the best thing that we can have in our society today is just understanding of each other, because a lot of people just don't know. Programs like this encourage the use of said knowledge. It not only teaches you, but it teaches you how to go forth and be great. So I definitely think programs like these, like the reality fair, should be the norm.
When they have this reality fair, and I think that's the thing, you've got this reality fair where it's not just Diamond Lakes, but you've got people from the community who are volunteering their own time as well, and they get to talk to the other people, and they're sitting down with them, and it's like an honest conversation. You know, those students get to hear from someone who's a lot older than them, who's a lot more wiser than probably their parents, and they can, it's that first sit down that they've ever had with someone who is explaining to them, you know, you've got to think differently about what you've just purchased, you know, the things that you thought were important and how we need to restructure that. And I don't think a lot of the students have seen that from their role models in their life, you know, the people that they live with. And so this is a big difference for them because, you know, for someone to have that honest conversation with them, and this is just, you know, a role-playing exercise, but it does make that student think a lot differently, you know.
I'm not going to be able to get everything that I want, and I went in with that mentality. So going in and just being like, hey, I probably should budget for a lower cost. I didn't get any like entertainment stuff other than like maybe like Spotify and then Netflix, and that's it. And then everything else was just like either a little bit more than like the lower cost, so it like kind of like in the middle. But it helped me budget a little bit more because in my life, in like actual reality, I kind of struggle with financial stuff, but this kind of made me really recognize my flaws in my financial plan, but it helped me kind of improve. I've seen an exponential change in my financial decisions lately, so it really helped a lot.
What are the liabilities that we need to have in life to maintain a standard of living that we all enjoy as Americans? And then where are the gaps in your knowledge? And I think that the reality fair identifies those gaps because the students have to go station by station when they're building out their budget, and all of a sudden they're thinking about things like, oh, I have to pay for childcare. How much is it, you said? Oh my, you know, there's like huge moments where even though we're in this simulation, these kids can see themselves in that reality of whether it's a car payment or making the decision on, do you want to really go out to a nice sit-down restaurant tonight or just run through McDonald's real quick?
Promoting anything financial is just as important as reading and writing and math. They have to be taught this valuable tool in high school. They have to be taught it now. No matter what they do, where they go, they're going to have bills. They're going to have a paycheck coming in. So they're going to have to learn how to deal with this. This is a vital subject that career coaches and counselors and even some teachers need to teach, need to talk about it, and they need to tell them the realism of how they're going to be working in the world with money. And as long as I'm sitting in this position, I'm hoping this will be a great working relationship forever.